I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState with Tiny and Katie.
Welcome to Let's Talk Tri-State on this Friday of April. This is Good Friday. We're so happy to be here with our good friend Dan DeDona from localnews1.org, all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Awards. Dan, has been a couple weeks. We have a big weekend. Lots of egg hunts, obviously, are on people's minds and church services. But before we start anything, as we do every week with Dan, we'll start off with the 5 things that you can get done this weekend that you can participate in that usually are free or very, very low cost. And then we'll break into some headlines you may have missed, all courtesy of localnews1.org. Dan, take us away.
Alrighty. Well, 5 things to do for this weekend in Greencastle. The Greencastle Carnival actually opened yesterday, Thursday.
Did it really? Okay.
At the Greencastle Legion grounds. It's going to be running through Saturday. And each night it'll be open at 5 p.m. Families can enjoy unlimited rides and games and food provided by Snyder's Attractions. The funds will benefit Greencastle Antrim Midget Football Association. So
if you've never been to the Greencastle Carnival as it exists now at the Legion grounds, which I believe this is year 3 for them doing that, it is a wonderful time. It's just enough rides. The kids love it. My daughter has the time of her life. It's kind of that, she loves going in the summer down to the beach and obviously riding the rides down there. But then you have that long, cold break of not really doing anything. And when she gets to do this, it's like that kid just comes back out. It's really nice.
Well, it's spring too, so it's a great time to get outside.
And tonight, beautiful weather.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
At the Star Theater in Mercersburg, they're going to be presenting Forever Changed, the musical. It's a live production which explores themes of faith, hope, and redemption in the aftermath of the crucifixion. Very appropriate for this weekend. Let's see. There'll be singing, choreography, colorful costumes. That's today, Friday the 18th at 7 p.m. at 23 West Seminary Street. Tickets start at $26, and if you go online, you can go through their box office. You can probably get discounts, so that's a good opportunity.
It is.
At the Jonathan Hager House Museum, visitors are invited to experience its annual German Easter tours. It'll be held today and tomorrow at 110 Key Street in Hagerstown. They'll start at 10 a.m. and they'll run through 2 p.m. It's going to explore the origins and springtime traditions, including the story of the Easter Bunny. I never actually knew that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I know there is one, but
yeah, of course. Well, you just never see him.
Yeah. And the roots of egg-laying folklore. Admission is going to be $5 per person with free entry for children, 12 and under. Also, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., the spring pop-up market is going to take place at Impact Ministries in Longmeadow, on Longmeadow Road in Hagerstown. The community event will feature a variety of vendors, and it's being supported by Doris Closet, Forever Lasting Rainbow, Manisa Events, BOVC, and the Washington County NAACP.
I'll let everyone know that because I just realized this past weekend. We were traveling down to Hagerstown from Waynesboro, turned at that church. That's right on the corner across from the storage units and I forget what it is, the UPS store and Lovell's Nursery. But it used to be, for anyone who wants reference, it used to be, I believe, called Good Shepherd Ministries, and just recently changed the name to Impact Ministries.
Okay. That is a pretty easy place to find.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, the Waynesboro Volunteer Fire Department is hosting a Meet the Easter Bunny event also on Saturday the 19th at their 10 Virginia Avenue location in Waynesboro. The Easter Bunny is going to visit from 5 to 7 p.m. And families are invited to stop by and celebrate. You also have an opportunity to see some fire equipment and talk to some firefighters. So that's a pretty good deal. As we already mentioned, there's a roundup of Easter events. Check out the article on localnews1.org. Okay, that's all of that for the time being.
Okay. Now we transition, as we do every week, we get every headline that you hear here on Let's Talk Tri-State on the program, on air every single day on 92.1 The Goat. And we do this for the benefit of those who may have missed some of that, and also because we do not deliver these news stories on our YouTube feed that we have. So this is a chance for Dan to get us filled in for some of that stuff for our YouTube viewing audience, which you can all catch out all the information at 921thegoat.com. So Dan, some headlines we might have missed.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Easter weekend. Yes. It's been the end of the 40-day Lent period. Good Friday is today. And, of course, Easter Sunday, celebrating the resurrection of Christ, takes place on Sunday. In Greencastle, Corel Brands is going to be closing a facility that currently employs 323 people. They'll be laid off the schedule is to be laid off in June, September, and November in increments. This actually follows a similar shutdown of a Corel factory in Charleroi, Pennsylvania. Antrim Township is also, though, going to be participating in an I-81 repaving. Those of you who drive regularly on I-81 can just really look forward to that. It's going to start on the 22nd of April. It's going to cover a 6-mile stretch from state line north to the 6-mile point. Pennsylvania is putting $17.8 million into that. Most of the work is going to take place at night. The first night on the 22nd, they're going to start at 9 p.m., but every night after that, they'll be going from 7 p.m. until 6 in the morning. Okay. So hopefully that will hold down the amount of disruption to traffic. Franklin County Commissioners met to approve a $677,000 pass-through for Franklin County Fire Company. They need a new pumper. They've had one that's 21 years old. As we've mentioned from time to time on the show here, the fire equipment and all the supplies that go with it is just enormously expensive because of the high volume and the stress that they have to undergo. So these funds are coming from the state gaming revenues. If you ever wondered, does any of that money actually make it back to help people out? Well, this is one example where it is. So that's a pretty good deal. Let's see. We have Maryland State Highway Commissioner is hosting a public forum on the 16th of April in Clear Springs on the Conochee Bridge restoration. They got a beautiful bridge out there, but it's kind of gotten old. It was upgraded many years ago to catch the transition from farm traffic and wagons and horses and whatnot to automobiles and trucks. Well, it's worn over the years, so they're not going to tear it down. They're going to restore it.
Because I know, Dan, that someone's going to comment it. Let's just go ahead and correct it now. Conococheague.
Conococheague.
There you go.
Okay. I get it from different people different ways.
Conococheague is the only way.
Conococheague.
Yep. Okay. So anyone who ever tells you differently, forget it.
Well, the reason they met was to get comments from local people about what the impact would be upon traffic.
Sure.
They're going to be down for a year, starting on June 25th. So there was a lot of discussion about what do they need to take into account to allow people to continue to go about their lives. The Pennsylvania Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, a real mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
Abbreviation LIHEAP, actually closes today. This is a program that's pretty slick. You can get up to you can get a one-time payment to help you out with your heating bills during the wintertime if there's something that's causing if your furnace went out for some reason and you needed some help with that or other factors taken into account. Eligibility is all available online. I'm not sure exactly. You're still eligible, so if you got something that's caused you some problems with heating in your home, take advantage of that.
So you say today's the application deadline?
Today is the last day that it's available. Franklin County Career Tech students won several awards in a Skills USA event at the state conference recently over in Hershey. They won 5 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze.
Wow.
And the 5 golds are going to continue on to Atlanta for a national competition in June. Washington County EMS got some better equipment for pediatric care. I'm imagining a little bit of this, but unlike adults who have pretty standard facial structure and whatnot, and you can get a lot of equipment that'll suit a range of adult sizes. Pediatrics gives you a little bit of a problem because you're not necessarily sure which particular kind of device will fit. So they've gotten better equipment in the way of pediatric bags and a mobile app. Well, the bags are color-coded, and between that and the app, it streamlines their decision-making, so there isn't quite so much fumbling around trying to find the appropriate gear to fit pediatric patients. So that's a nice touch. That's a big improvement in survivability. In Franklin County, PennDOT announced that line painting is going to be starting on the 14th of April, going through the 21st of November. Franklin County is part of District 8, so that covers a lot of territory, Adams County and York and what have you. They're going to start out in daylight because of temperatures, but as the summer goes on and the temperatures go up at night, they'll be able to transition all of that to nighttime. So.
And this is for what, Dan? I'm sorry?
This is line painting.
Oh, line painting, okay.
All the white and yellow lines, they get worn over the course of the winter. GROW, PA Scholarship Grant Program is now open. You can get up to $5,000 per year for, this is a very specific program. You want to be an in-state student to attend college in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
You want to pursue an in-demand occupation, which you can find online. And you have to agree to actually work in that occupation after they've spent the time and effort to try to bring you along. But up to $5,000 a year is a pretty good incentive.
Very nice.
If you're pretty sure about what you want to do.
Sure.
The only way this could possibly go wrong is if you've got your eyes peeled on the money and you forget about what the occupation is, or what your interests are. Chad Reichert, congressman from the 90th Legislative District in Pennsylvania, is inviting farmers to a breakfast on the 21st of April at the Homestyle Family Restaurant in Greencastle. He's going to be featuring the Pennsylvania Secretary of Agriculture, Russell Redding. Okay. He'll be there and he'll be available to answer questions. Chad also spoke out on the subject of Penn State Mont Alto campus. We've reported previously that they're one of 12 campuses that are being considered for closure, and he took some time to note just how important Penn State Mont Alto is to the area. In a regional story, spotted lanternflies. I think you've all seen them. They're particularly colorful. They're bright red on the back of their wings, and they're pretty nasty for a lot of crops and plants. So the Pennsylvania Agriculture Department is encouraging people to destroy the eggs. Apparently, they lay their eggs in strips of 30 to 50 eggs that look like little pinpoints.
Interesting.
And what they suggest you do is if you see these on a deck or on a tree or on pavement someplace, go ahead and scrape them off and just stomp on them, and that'll take care of it.
Very good.
PennDOT is also seeking feedback on winter services. They have a 16-question online survey that's available through the 28th of April. I think we've mentioned this before. That which is measured improves. So if you have an opportunity to comment on what you thought of the services that PennDOT provided over the past winter, by all means, let them know so they can improve.
Yeah.
Boonesboro, in conjunction with quite a few other people, is going to be having an Appalachian Trail Forever stamp unveiled on Friday, the 25th of April, 11 p.m. 11 a.m. at the Washington Monument Park near Middletown. This is kind of interesting. It's exactly what you would expect. It's a forever stamp, like from the U.S. Post Office, but it's featuring scenes from the Appalachian Trail. So
wow, that's very nice.
That's very nice. Actually, Waynesboro is a trail community, and quite a few communities that live reasonably close to the trail.
Yeah.
Like to support that sort of thing. In police action, and this one I can't believe, there was a shooting in the 7700 block of Menser Gap in Quincy Township. A fellow by the name of Jack Kugler, age 67, shot a neighbor while his kid the neighbor was mowing his grass on a riding lawnmower, had his kid in his lap, and the kid finally got off, and this guy shot him. I find it difficult to understand why anybody would do that kind of thing. I mean,
it's so inexplicable. Did not seem like there were any extenuating circumstances that would lead to that. And just a neighbor mowing his lawn with his child on his lap. I believe initial reports at least stated that the young boy is autistic, and it was just very sad thing. But luckily, and thankfully, both father and son are doing well.
Well, the thought that occurs to me is you got to be missing something in your socialization.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of people like to argue that, well, I got my rights. So yeah, you do. You do have your individual rights, but your rights end where other people's rights start.
Sure.
Which is why you learn manners when you're a kid. It's why you learn the proper way to sit down and have a meal with people. It's why governments get formed. Somebody said one time, if people were angels, you wouldn't need government. Well, obviously, we've pretty much settled the question whether or not people are angels. So, but the function of government is to decide how we're all going to live together.
Sure.
How are we going to support each other? This is not helpful.
No, not at all.
Shooting your neighbors for unspecified reasons. Let's see. In health, UPMC is hosting a virtual event on the 23rd of April to explore opportunities in healthcare. In Chambersburg, WellSpan has been spreading grants of about $1.7 million across Pennsylvania for nursing simulations and exercise science equipment. Wilson College is a recipient of some of that money. So if you're looking for enhanced opportunities for in healthcare field, and Wilson College is a place to check out. Education, the Institute for Retired Persons, IRP. This is not exactly what you would imagine. There's a fellow by the name of John Ricca, who is brilliant. I don't use that term for a lot of people, but especially as opposed to Jack Kugler up there. But this guy is brilliant. He's a scientist. He kind of knows what's going on, and he has put together a speaker series that you can find online at irp-online.org. He puts together a speaker series along with a whole bunch of other people up there that is just fascinating.
Almost like a TED Talk in a way.
Yeah, almost like TED Talks. They're magnificent topics by speakers who actually know what they're talking about.
You got to respect that.
Yeah, you really do. Hagerstown is hosting a Spark Innovation and Growth Conference on the 6th through the 8th of May. It's a free event. They would like you to register, especially so that they can anticipate what kind of support they need to have available for you when you show up. Their keynote speaker is going to be Marie Martinez, so that should be very good. Wilson College students are going to be presenting 80 research projects at the 16th annual Barsby Colgan Student and Research Day And that'll be taking place today from 9 to 4. In entertainment, Beatlemania is returning to the Capitol Center in Chambersburg.
Now, Dan, do you have Beatlemania?
Do I have it?
Yeah.
I think it's curable.
Is it curable? Well, do you like it, though? Do you like the Beatles?
I do.
Okay.
There were a lot of people, when I was growing up, there were a lot of people that were on both sides. They either loved them or hated them. But you can't, neither side can argue that they didn't have just a massive influence on how music developed for years and years afterwards. Yeah. There was an argument that gospel was supposed to, when they came along, gospel was supposed to be the next big thing, and they basically shut it down. They became so popular that all these ideas about a whole movement everybody thought was going to happen, it didn't.
Wow.
These guys just took over, and of course they led the way for the Rolling Stones, for the whole British invasion followed on their heels. So that was in terms of entertainment, they had a massive impact.
Of course.
That's going to take place on the 26th of April at 7 p.m. The Waynesboro Community Concert Association is going to have their last event of the season called Benny and the Jets, featuring Greg Ransom. That's going to be taking place the 27th of April at 3 p.m. That'll be in the Oyer Center over at Waynesboro High School. Let's see. And Wilson College is going to be sending a singing group, an a cappella singing group called 10 Tones, to an inaugural Sing On Keystone Collegiate Choral Festival in Kilcaby Theater at Penn State Hagerstown on the 26th of April. That'll be from 2:30 until 4.
I didn't even know there was a Penn State Hagerstown. I did not know that.
Or,
Interesting.
Penn State, no, what did I say? Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
Penn State Harrisburg.
I would have believed you. I just never heard of it.
Thank you.
Of
Appreciate
course.
that correction. I should really learn how to read my own notes. It's a helpful skill in this kind of an occupation. There's a whole lot of other stories, things that are going on with respect to municipalities, health, entertainment, tours that are taking place, sports especially. Smithsburg baseball is really doing pretty well. Every story I see from Smithsburg says that they're dealing with everybody. So that's
good for them.
I'm going to go look that up a little bit more. You can check all this out on localnews1.org for $4.99 a month. You'll know what's happening. We don't make this stuff up, and we desperately try to separate speculation from fact. So most of what you will see in localnews1.org is just the facts. And so if you check it out, I'll bet you you'll enjoy it. You'll at least know what's going on all around you on a regular basis. And with that, we will close with the thought of the day.
What you got?
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
Love it. We'll give you the rim shot on that one. All right, Dan. Thank you so much, my friend. Good seeing you. Another week's come and gone. Localnews1.org, that's where you can get all these stories and so much more. $4.99 a month. That low price will get you access to as many clicks, as many reads as you would like. And I highly encourage you to do that. Again, localnews1.org. We'll see Dan next week where he covers 5 things to do for the weekend, as well as this week's headlines that you might have missed. So that does it for this episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, all powered by the DRB Group, the right partner for your real estate development.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.